What's up, bitch?
What's up, motherfucker?
How you doing today?
Pretty good. Pretty good. How about yourself?
It's been a long day, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, so are we just gonna jump in? Our first episode
This is our first
today.
episode, that is true.
We got it all. We got the headset,
Soap!
liquid.
Yes, we got it all. We've been talking about doing this for a minute.
We have.
A
We have.
minute.
It,
I never
it
thought
ta-
I never thought it'd come to fruition because of you, but you out of nowhere said, let's do it.
Look at this. I even went out. We got the mic, the headset, the audio, webcam. We're set.
So,
I finally joined you. It took me a minute. Sometimes life really kind of
beautiful September
drags its
day.
feet, but September 11th. It is
is.
actually what? It's September 11th, 2023. So what, 12 years?
Do you
22
remember that day?
years?
Do you remember that
22
day at
years?
all?
Very little. Very little. I remember being in school and I remember like the teachers, they had the TV up in the corner of the room and they were like, that was on and they were watching it. And I remember being told like, oh, parents are allowed to come pick up their kids if they want, or if not, they can stay, the school will stay open till normal hours, as far as I remember it being. And I remember my mom eventually coming and getting me. I remember her taking me home, and I remember her being on the phone with, I think, like maybe my aunt or something like that. And, she was watching the news and the TV was on. And I just remember tangential things. And then by the time that I got home, she was just like, go play in your room. You know what? We were first grade. I was what,
I think
six-ish,
we were
6 years
6, yeah,
old.
6 for sure.
Yeah, so almost seven, a couple months before seven. So, it's not like I remember watching the news and being like, oh my God, a plane just flew into the fucking tower, as if like I knew what a plane flying into a tower meant. But I do remember like a little, like things were happening that day, you know what I mean?
I
But I
remember
just don't remember processing them or know what they meant. So,
I remembered like for some reason I have this image of them bringing in the TV into the classroom, but I don't remember watching anything on the
yeah,
TV. Like I have an image of like just like a tube screen TV just like coming into the classroom, and I remember this
that makes
girl
sense.
saying something about a plane crashed in Florida. And I remember when I got home, I kept asking like my grandparents and my dad, I'm like, what about the plane that's in Florida? What about the plane that's in Florida? And they're just like, shut the fuck up, Nick. Nobody cares about a plane that happened in Florida. And I remember being like, I'm so fucking sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, would you remember like were you at school all day, or did
I
they
can't.
like
I have no idea.
don't know about that?
That's
Yeah.
what I remember looking up in the sky. I remember the tube TV, the girl talking
Mm,
about a plane in Florida, and
mm-hmm.
me being screamed at about a plane in Florida. That what
Mm.
obviously wasn't in Florida because I was just a dumbass innocent child.
Yeah. Yeah.
Retarded.
Yeah, that's about the extent of my 9/11 memory. And I remember more about the war that it got us into for the next fucking literally pretty much my entire lifetime until what, 2 years ago it finally
We were too
ended
busy
in
playing like
Afghanistan.
PS2 and Xbox during that. Who cares?
Yeah, but I'm just
We
saying I
weren't there. That's
remember the
not our
fact that
problem.
you're not wrong. I'm just saying, that was something that you always remember. Oh yeah, war's going on. This is happening. I just remember hearing a lot of that. I remember when Osama bin Laden died too. But
Yeah, didn't they hang
anyway,
his ass?
no, I think he got shot in the compound and was killed, and then
No,
we
Osama bin
drowned him,
Laden.
or
No,
we
who was the other
buried him at
guy?
sea.
Who was the other guy back in the day? The Bush guy. They found him. They
Oh,
hung him.
Osama bin Laden and Saddam Hussein.
Saddam. Yeah, Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, Saddam. I remember Saddam.
Oh, la,
Yeah.
la, 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 la. Just
Do I? Are we? Can I do it? Boom. Hey, this is a no filter podcast, okay?
listen. If you're under
We're
the age
gonna,
of
we're
18 and
just
you're
gonna,
watching this, you should probably go talk to your parents.
just don't watch this.
Yeah, like we're
Yeah,
fucked.
I don't, I'm not gonna say that we need children tuning into this. 18 plus.
We're going to fuck your brains out.
Just like those Xbox Live parties back in 2007, 2009.
Sure, tell me one unique fact about yourself.
Man, what is this? Fucking seventh grade? Do you want me? Am I the line leader too? If I get to tell you a
You said
unique
the
fact,
line leader.
am I the line leader? I don't know. I'm not that unique.
That's how
But
unique he is,
pretty,
everybody.
no, uniquer than you can imagine. I'm so unique, I can't even tell you. What about you?
Uh, uh,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
like,
You'd rather just be the line leader instead.
I'd make an excellent fucking line leader, dude. Matter of
Did you
fact, I
not
just
do?
had a memory when I was like in like fourth or fifth grade. I remember asking the teacher, I'm like, because we had line leaders before where I went to school,
Yeah.
and there was a year they didn't do line leaders, and I remember it was like the first or second day I was like, do we not have line leaders? And she looked at me in the face and said, no, you guys are too old to have line leaders. And everybody looked at me like, yeah, Nick, I swear. And I was like, I'm sorry. It's my life. I'm sorry.
Well, you should know better that at a certain age, you don't
Fuck
need a
you.
line leader.
Fuck you.
Oh, fuck you. I don't know
Seven
what
year
you
old
want from
playing
me.
in the toddler playpen at McDonald's.
We used to do that because we didn't have laptops, iPads, our
Yeah,
mom's
literally.
phones to
It
fucking
says
dick around
says
on.
toddlers
They'd be like,
only. And you're in
go play in
McDonald's.
the
You're
fucking
like,
tunnel,
fuck that. I'm going over there. I
right?
don't give a
Like,
shit how
and,
old I
and
am.
then you run back and you get a nugget or two. You go back to the tunnels, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, these fucking
Those were the
kids
days.
nowadays, they're fucking. Could you imagine having an iPad at like 6
No, no,
playing fucking Roblox,
no, not a
chatting
Minecraft,
with
any of it.
fucking
No,
random
no,
people?
not at all. Not at all. I mean, I remember AIM, but that, and stuff like
I don't even
Omegle.
remember AIM.
You never did AIM?
No, I was a little shit though. I used to go in MySpace like chat rooms when I was like
Yeah.
12 and 13,
Yeah.
and like I was a little shit, and they knew I was a little shit.
Like you were talking
Dude, I
shit
was like
to random
12 in
people?
like random chat rooms like with like 20, 30-year old like men and women
That's weird.
in like 2007,
That's
dude.
weird. That's weird. But that
Yeah.
we didn't know back then. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't
Well, the internet was a way different place too.
that's what I'm saying. Like it was just a whole different landscape of unknown back then. I mean, now it is still, pretty crazy, but I'm sure it's localized dark web
Localized for sure.
shit like that, like the weirdos are in a certain spot, like you know
What do you mean by that? The weirdos are in a certain spot.
like I'm saying, like the dark web and shit like that. Like really, if you were like 30-year-old dudes trying to go and talk to minors on the internet, I mean, where would that take place nowadays? I don't fucking know. YouTube? Probably not.
I don't
YouTube
know.
Kids?
There's
Probably not.
probably
You can't
you
even
could.
comment on
There's
that. Like
probably
it's
like
it's on some weird
I'm sure
spots.
there's probably some weird like YouTube show that like shows that. I'm sure there's
Do you
that side of YouTube too.
do you remember? Assume they fixed it by now. This was probably a couple years ago when YouTube there was like a glitch or not a glitch, but just like a way to exploit the algorithm where you could you would post a video about I remember hearing about like death and like witchcraft and like adult themes and stuff like that, but you can like title it in a certain way where the algorithm would misinterpret it or something, and it would be showing up to like YouTube Kids and like the
I still
auto
feel like that's
player.
going on. I feel like I've seen shit on Twitter like showing that stuff's still going on nowadays.
It wouldn't surprise
I
me, but
feel
I
like
remember that
honestly
being a
this year
bigger
on
thing
Twitter
a
I
couple years
saw
ago.
something like 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 this is being shown on YouTube Kids, and it was like like little cartoon characters like little tiny Spider-Mans and like bunnies and
Yeah,
shit like SpongeBob, but like they're like slicing each other in half.
yeah,
And
yeah. Like you can manipulate the algorithm to like.
which goes back to the original question, like could you imagine having that technology like today, like when we were that age? Like think about it. When we were fucking 9 years old, what was like when we were 9, how old were we? 2004.
Yeah, and American Idiot all day, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to be an American.
Like,
Get out of here.
yeah. I mean, that VH1 was still playing, Boulevard of Broken Dreams and shit on it. Was YouTube?
VH1
YouTube
was
wasn't
still
even a
playing
thing.
YouTube. VH1 was playing music videos.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
hear like
YouTube
here's the
wasn't even a
thing
thing.
about like the older generation too. Like first of all, we should disclaim we're 28.
older
The
generation,
older
meaning like
generation,
the
they sit there
boomers.
and they're like, I remember when it used to play music videos all day. Listen, it might have not played music videos all day, but I remember watching music videos on a TV too, okay? Y'all
Yeah,
need to
yeah, for
stop
sure,
acting
for
like
sure, for sure,
we didn't,
for sure.
like we're
Well,
fucking 10.
that's the thing. We are millennials for sure. We're
For
on the
sure.
low end,
That is definitely
but
true.
we are more millennial. I mean, that Gen Z is a whole different ball game.
Yeah, they're
Growing up, it was always, oh, are millennials ruining this? Are we doing that? But no, you want to talk about some different generation? It's gonna be them Zers.
I would agree, but also I give like the older Gen Zers almost like a slight pass almost as to us being like the lowest millennials, you know what I mean? Because they're so close to us as we are so close to them.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying there. I get what you're
Like
saying,
if
but
you consider like a millennial, what would you cut it off like 23, 24 right now? No,
I
20,
would say, bo-
25 maybe.
I
20
would,
I meant to
yeah,
say
I would
Gen Z. I
say,
meant to say
I
Gen
would,
Z. Like the
yeah,
highest Gen Z, 23, 24.
yeah, somewhere in there. Born in 2000 or later, I would say. So
Something
yeah,
like that.
23 at the oldest. Somewhere in there, maybe
I guess
24.
in 2010 they were 10. We would have been 15.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely could have been playing like Modern Warfare 2.
If they were playing Modern
It's
War, a 10-year-old's playing Modern Warfare 2, that's your older brother is playing it, and you're in the room, and his mom yells into the room to say, let him have a turn, and he gives you the controller that's not even hooked up. Or you get to play it a little bit, but they were not. They were not playing. A 10-year-old would not be playing Modern Warfare 2 in the same way me and you were getting off of school and squadding up and playing Search and shit. Like that. It wasn't the same. That 5 years is a difference.
No, I understand what you're saying, but it's just like the culture, the things that were going on, the pop culture, stuff that was around. You know what I mean? Music that was in the air.
Lady Gaga,
Compared to
Katy
like Gen
Perry.
Zers right now that are what, like 15. Then the
Yeah,
music that comes out like right now.
yeah, sure, sure, sure.
Two different things.
I would agree with that.
Anyway, but the point I was trying to make was when we were fucking 10 years old, like, I'm not saying kids don't go outside. I see kids outside today too. But when we were outside playing, we went inside like
I mean, there was nothing to do other than watch TV or play a game.
yeah, you had to literally sit down, either hope you had a TV in your room for the PS2 or
I did not. I was not allowed.
nobody was in the living room using the TV and you could actually
That's true.
play the PS2 at a certain point
That's
in time.
true.
Now you
That's
just
true.
fucking go in your room, swipe up, put your passcode in, your Face ID, whatever it is, and they're just on it.
That's true.
It's gonna fuck them up. That's the reason why our attention spans are so low. That's why
I agree with that. I agree with
I try to
that.
stay off TikTok and YouTube Shorts as much as I can, because that shit, it's quick.
It is. Trust me.
It's quick and you get
I
into it,
don't.
man.
I've done good, and I've never even once downloaded TikTok. I've seen them and whatnot, but I've never had TikTok. And I mean, obviously I have YouTube, and I'll look through YouTube Shorts, and that's enough. Like I couldn't imagine another app where I would be scrolling through just mindless shit. Like
Mindless shit. That's what it is, and it's
like
really just
like
an
if,
algorithm.
well, yeah, it knows you. The algorithms they understand your recommendations and what
yeah.
like kind of shit
For
you
sure.
would tune into. But that's what I'm saying is YouTube already has it. I'm already scrolling through shorts for 40 minutes laying in my bed after I
have you
wake
ever-
up for no reason. I don't need to then swap over to be like, okay, well, let me check my TikTok now and do it again for another app.
Have you ever been so pissed off at your YouTube homepage that you just start clicking random shit so it changes?
Yeah, I've done shit like that. Or
Have you seen that new button?
it'll
The
go
I'm
into
feeling
new
lucky.
stuff.
They added
and
an
I'll-
I'm feeling lucky button in there.
I'm feeling lucky.
Yeah, on YouTube, every once in a while I'll get like an I'm feeling
Uh-uh.
lucky, and it'll just take you to a random video.
No, I haven't.
Oh, really? Yeah,
I
I
have
just
not
started
seen
seeing
that.
it like probably about 3 weeks ago. The first time I saw it.
Is it like when you go to search?
Yeah, I see it on my phone and my computer.
Interesting.
No, it's
I
on the
have not seen
homepage.
that
It's
yet.
on the homepage. Like sometimes you just scroll and
Oh.
it'll just say I'm feeling lucky. I don't see it every time though.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
think they
I'm
know
not-
their
I
algorithm's
haven't.
getting a little. It's getting to a
I have
point
not
too where I
seen
feel
it.
like I've seen every YouTube video. Besides the new shit
But
that's coming out
the
every
the
week
the
or every
problem with
day.
that is in reality you probably haven't even seen like 2% of what's on
I
YouTube.
don't know, dude. I've seen a lot of fucking YouTube.
Bro, there's so much content there. Yeah, I'm
I
talking
know.
like billions of years worth of content. Like you have not seen like in reality
Okay,
you
I
have
haven't seen
probably seen
every
like
YouTube, but I've seen
2%
a
of what's
shit ton of
on there.
YouTube, man. Just
I
thinking
mean,
about
so
it.
have I. So have I. So have
Fuck,
I.
man.
Especially once they added what became premium. It was called YouTube Red back
Yeah.
in the day when it was just releasing as a beta in its first like couple years of iteration. It was
Those were the
YouTube
days.
Red.
YouTube Red.
Those were it had the
It was like,
music.
wasn't it like
The music.
$7.99 too? It was
It was
cheap as
cheaper than what
hell.
it is for now. Yeah, for sure. For sure. But it was that, and I really liked it because it got rid of ads, and you could close the screen,
Dude, I
so you
haven't
could
seen
like
an
listen to
ad on
stuff in the
YouTube
background.
since YouTube
That's
Red
what
came out.
years. I remember when
Since
YouTube
YouTube
Red
Red
came
came out.
out, I got an offer. They were like, "Hey, check out the new, YouTube Red." It was a free 3-month trial, and I used that. And the day it ended, I shit you not, I woke up and I'm going about, and I go to get on YouTube, and I'm looking. First video I clicked on had an ad. I shit you not, I closed it. I went and resubscribed right then and there, and I have been subscribed ever since. Like I was like the second I got an ad back after being 3 months with
Did you
no ads, I was just like, no, I can't. I
did
can't.
you
I
have a
guess this is just a permanent bill. Is
did
gonna be
you
this $10.
did you have a computer when you were like in high school? Like a personal computer?
Halfway through it,
Do you
whenever
do
I got that
do you
laptop to
remember when
play the
ads
Old
like
Republic
started
one.
on YouTube?
I do. They weren't always
When
there.
Vivo took over the
Yeah,
music videos? Do you remember those Pop
yeah,
Tart
I
ads?
do. I do remember that.
Those
Yeah.
Pop Tart ads, dude, I broke a mouse over that. I remember getting so fucking pissed off at that same fucking Pop Tart ad, and I fucking just threw my fucking mouse so hard. I lost a mouse that day. I had to ask for a new mouse. My dad was like, "What'd you do?" I said, "I spilled orange juice on it."
I spilled orange juice on
I was
it.
so
Threw it at the
fucking
fucking
mad.
wall.
And it wasn't even the ad that was pissing me off. It was the same fucking Pop Tart ad, over
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah,
over
yeah, yeah. Sure,
and
sure,
over again.
sure.
I'm still scarred from it.
I understand, but that's my point. Is the second that they finally gave me a method to get rid of those ads, I don't even care if it's what is it now? Probably like 12, even $15 at this point. It's a permanent bill
I
I
think it's
have.
$16.99 to be honest.
You might be right.
I
It's
think
definitely
it's
gone up. It's
$16.99.
definitely gone up. You might be right, but that's my point. Is it's a necessity. I can't. I cannot go to YouTube and watch an ad. It won't happen. I just can't.
I agree. Anyway, what the hell did we start this for? What is the whole reason for this?
We're podcasting. You know what we should get
We're
into?
podcasting?
You know what we should get into? Call of motherfucking Duty.
Call of Duty. Oh yeah, that's right. We wanted to bitch about Call of Duty.
So listen up. Listen
Hold
up.
on, hold on. Let me set the stage here, Corey.
Oh, you want to set the stage? You want to set the stage? Okay.
Let's set the stage here.
set the stage.
This goes back to a very long time ago.
In a
On
galaxy far,
fateful
far
day
away.
in 2009, a game called Modern Warfare 2 came out.
Fantastic game.
It was probably the biggest thing in the whole entire world. You remember the commercial with
Easily.
the Eminem?
With the
The
Eminem,
Eminem
yeah,
song?
yeah, with the
Yeah.
Eminem song, yeah, of course
Yeah.
I do. Yeah,
Flash forward, Black Ops. We played them all.
Black Ops. First Black Ops was an amazing fucking game. Amazing fucking
We
game.
played them all. Your ass fucking decided to skip fucking 2019. It's all right. I skipped all the fucking Infinite Warfares and everything.
I played most of those. I played Advanced Warfare. I didn't play Infinite Warfare. I did not play
I didn't
Infinite
play
Warfare.
Infinite, Advanced, or Black
All
Ops
right,
3 or
all right,
4.
real quick, just
Or Vanguard.
so we both played everything from probably Modern Warfare 2. I personally played a bit of World at War online.
I played COD 1,
COD 1.
COD
So
4,
we've been around since,
World at War,
COD
Modern
4,
Warfare 2,
World at
Black
War,
Ops,
Modern
Black
Warfare
Ops
2,
2,
Black Ops.
Ghosts.
No, Modern Warfare 3, and
Modern
then it went
Warfare
to Black
3.
Ops 2. Ghosts, which I got on my PS4. I bought that game a week before the PlayStation 4 even
I
came
sold
out.
that game like 3 days after I bought it.
I actually enjoyed Ghost. Yep. This segment
Hot
is
take.
about to be full of hot takes and
take,
unpopular
Ghosts.
opinions from me. Ghost was I had fun with Ghost. I'm not gonna lie. I had fun with it. But again, at the time, it was just a different thing. Then I think what it was like Advanced Warfare after that. I think was that the first Sledgehammer one.
The one with Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Advanced Warfare.
I never
Played
played that.
that.
I never played that
I
one.
played Black Ops 3, and then I skipped Infinite Warfare. I came back for like World War II. Hated World War II. That's when I completely stopped COD, and I did not get back into it until this year's one, Modern Warfare
See,
2,
you liked
2022.
Ghosts and I like World War II. But like
Yeah, I did not like World War II.
everybody is finicky. Modern Warfare 2019 was great. It definitely was improved upon when Modern Warfare 2 first released, which is
Yeah.
what we're about to get into here. But
Okay,
the
so the
point I was
reason
trying to make was we are no strangers to Call of Duty.
no,
We're
not at all.
literally COD boys.
Correct. Correct.
um, just to shout out there, my level's 834 right now in Modern Warfare 2.
I'm like a 750 something
We have
maybe. I don't know, something like
20,
that.
25 total wins together, duos and Al Mazrah, I believe.
Something like that.
And we're not boasting. We're not saying we're like COD pros. We're not fucking FaZe Clan or fucking, Tim the fucking Tap Man. We're just two dudes who really enjoy Call of Duty.
Played COD for most of
Like,
their adult
like,
life.
like
It's been a
when
part
it's
of our
fucking
most of our
snowing
adult lives.
outside, some people don't like to go outside and party in the snow. Some people want to sit at home on the fucking couch, on their fucking desk, playing fucking, Call of Duty with their fucking boys.
Amen,
It's
brother.
a great fucking pastime. You have a long day of fucking work. You hate
Amen, brother.
everything. You go home, you turn on your Xbox, you turn on your PlayStation, you turn on your PC, and you shoot some motherfuckers. It's literally
Absolutely.
stress relieving. It's great. You have great times and everything. So, the present, well, I guess the near past. November last year, Modern Warfare 2 comes out, 2022. The game was instantly a fucking hit. Everybody fucking was on it. They released the campaign
I loved it.
first. The campaign was all over the place. I have a story about the campaign. If I feel like telling it later, I'll tell it. I don't feel like telling that. I never beat it. I got to the last level. It fucking lagged out. I couldn't fucking craft anything. Fuck that. The multiplayer, original COD multiplayer. But we came here to talk about a mode that, quite frankly, shouldn't be free. The reason it is free is why it has been dragged down so much.
Agreed.
The way modern influencers on the internet talk about how they like the way the game should be and how modern influencers, fuck with the younger generation's mind, and because you're rich and famous because you stream and you hate the game and you say it sucks, everybody else is going to agree with you that it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Shrew here are here to tell you that Modern Warfare 2 was
It's gone
fucking
downhill.
excellent.
It was when it
came
launched.
out. And we're talking
That
Warzone
launch
2.
season.
Al
Yeah,
Mazrah,
Warzone 2 first.
Warzone 2.
All the beginning of it. Yep. I agree. It was so. The reason I went through, my history of COD is to point that out because I remember this. It was it's been years since I've played Call of Duty, right? World War II, which was what, like 2018, I think. So it's been years since
That
I
was
have even
2017.
touched 27. Okay, so it's been years since I had even touched it. I went over to hang out with this dude, and you just got it. What was this, like the night it came out or something?
Yeah, I got it. I had the early campaign release.
Yeah. So I go over and we're just chilling and playing some fucking COD and watching him. I'm like, that actually kind of looks like some good old Call of Duty fun. I played. He's like, here, let me play a match. I did pretty good. I don't remember what I did, but I went positive. But I remember just looking at him and being like, that felt fun. That felt like original, like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1. Like it just felt like fun gameplay, gunplay. It just felt like fun Call of Duty to me. And I just looked at him. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna get back into Call of Duty. So I'm thinking about it, and then what? I don't know. Warzone 2 comes out like a week or something later. I don't remember. Anyway, he's like, yo, hit me up. Yo, Warzone just came
I think
out.
it came
I'm
out
not
like a month
also.
later.
Yeah. Also, as a side note, I'm not a battle royale guy. I've never, up to
Yeah,
this
this was
point,
the
had never
first battle
even
royale he
played a
ever
battle
played.
royale.
Ever.
Yeah, never had played a battle royale.
No PUBG,
And
no Fortnite,
nothing. So he's like, yo, I know you're not like a battle royale guy, but Warzone 2 just came out. It's free to play. You said that you had fun playing Call of Duty the other time. Why don't you give it a try? I was like, you know what? I looking for a game to play. I did enjoy it, so I'm like, it's free. Downloaded it. I just remember those first few matches as I picked it up pretty quick. I was like, oh, this is what
Yeah,
we're
I remember
doing.
having to fucking
And
teach you. I'm like, okay, hit this button, you can look around.
yeah,
Or parachuting.
yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
where we're going.
yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, that was funny
Putting
too.
armor plates on and shit like that.
Oh,
But
armor plates.
I picked it up real quick. And I just remember playing it. It was just instantly, I was just like, yeah, this is fucking fun. And when you play with your friend, we got a duo here. Me and
Oh
this
yeah,
dude, we
we
play
have
well
wins.
together.
I only said how many wins we
So
have like 30 something wins, but
we,
like in our
true,
Mazda
true,
we have like
true.
24.
Just yeah, just with
Dude,
me and
that
you.
wasn't even
Yeah,
counting Resurgence or
yeah,
Ashika or even
yeah.
Vondel. We won Vondel I think once or twice.
Yeah, it's a couple times,
No,
but
you won Vondel. I know that because I was dead and I watched you kill those two dudes on that river.
oh yeah, coming out of the water.
Yeah.
I do remember that one. But yeah, it was instantly fun. The game was in a great space. It didn't have any crazy bullshit. I mean, so let's get into it. What they
Hold
ended
on.
up doing.
So I have some notes jotted down here. First one is how the game was when it first came out. We're talking Warzone 2. Like we're specifically like focusing on Warzone 2 here. How it
Yes,
was when it came out to how it is now. So first, I think we should talk about the plates. How you dropped with 2 plates and you had to find a
you
third
played.
plate. Okay.
Yes, I agree. I agree. So to go into that, let's just take the time to go into all these. So with the plate system, it really to me when you had to find that 3 plate I understand that on one hand why they probably got rid of it and whatnot was well we want everyone to be a more advantage. People were probably bitching about it being at a disadvantage. Like I
I
hate
think it
when I
was
would come back
more,
from the gulag
yeah,
and
late
people would
circle.
drop
I think it was more late
and
circle
late
stuff.
circle, getting into the game, everyone else has their loadouts or good guns, 3 plates, things like that. It's a really hard, it is. There is a disadvantage in that situation, especially if you run into people. Now, my thing is it made you play a little bit more tactfully, and which is not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but the game has become they want it, fast pace. Get in there, getting into gunfights, start shooting. But when you have a map as big as Al Mazrah was, and especially at the beginning there, it was pretty slow. If you were to get down to that
Oh
final
yeah,
few
those
circles,
first game,
it took like a half hour, 40
that
minutes.
first
So
season, man, it was a 35-minute game.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So the idea was kind of like you're in the war zone. You dropped in there. You should not just run into the nearest town where there's 18 people and start shooting it up. If you want to
Yeah,
go just shoot
and
people, go to multiplayer.
that's
Go to
the
multiplayer. So when
hold
you
on.
would drop at the
Side
two
note,
plate,
side note.
yeah, yeah. What?
This is one of the first things I'm going to hash mark what influencers fucked up. The big people. What you said. It was about being tactful. Why the hell? There's
No.
152 people in this big ass map. Why should you drop so fucking hot right off the beginning and try to get fucking 40 kills? That's not the point of the game. The point of the game is to be the last one standing. So this is number one hash mark. Influencers destroyed that. We need to fucking drop down. We need to get as many kills as possible. And then in season fucking
Gotta be in the
3,
action. Gotta be in the action.
yeah, the action. It was action.
It's
But
gotta
go
be
ahead,
action.
continue what
It's
the hell
gotta
you
be
were
action.
saying.
But that's a big problem, and where I think the core of Warzone is right now, and why it's kind of fucked up, is they've changed certain things that at its core, when it launched, it was not meant to be this way. The core of that was not meant to be run and gun, get in there in the action. It was all right. You drop. You're in this big ass map. Go loot up. Go find some stuff. You got a squad mate. Maybe you'll get into a skirmish with another group or something like that. But it wasn't just this constant forced high-paced action. It was meant to kind of enjoy, to play tactfully, think about your next move, strategize, get the good positioning, the loadouts, things like that. It's not like that anymore. And
Well,
like I was saying,
that's what I was getting ready to bring into the point as in how the game was when it came out to now, with the 3 plates dropping down and finding that 3 plate and is more tactful and everything, and being slower and trying to survive. Now they added the tempered plate. You got your stealth vest.
I'm cool with the temper play. I'm cool with the additional vests and stuff.
But
But I
here's the
wish
thing:
those were like 3. They were 3 plates. I
those are
still wish
all
you
the
had to
same
find
health.
that.
They're all the same
Yeah,
HP. Every single one, no
yeah.
matter what you find. The only thing the new plates bring is the comms vest. You get to see better UAVs if you have a
UAV.
UAV. Stealths hide you from
It's like
UAVs,
Ghost.
and
Yeah.
then the medic vest revives you faster. Which I'm not saying those in a quicker game, which is what the game is now. In a quicker game, yes, it
Yeah.
is good, but in a slower game, in the way it used to be, we miss it.
We do. We do, because again, you can tell now too how it's changed, even by the number of people. They dropped it from it used to be 150 people in Al
Well, hold on.
Mazrah.
We're not. Hold on. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Next thing I want to talk about is the backpack system. Yeah. Okay. So when you would
Yeah. I
drop,
skimmed over that. Yeah,
you'd have two
and you would
plates.
actually have to open your fucking backpack and enemies and things like that when you would kill them. Looting boxes and
Well,
stuff. It would bring up that menu.
it
It slowed it down. It slowed the
do
game
do
down.
do you remember the amount of times like I used to drink heavily? Okay, the amount of times I was drunk and how many 3 plates you'd store for me. I remember
I
on a
would
few
store a
occasions
couple
you
of them.
stored if you
Yeah.
had a large backpack, you'd store like 2 because you just knew I was gonna die.
I was ready.
I would come back from the gulag somehow. We killed a jailer or something like that. And I forgot about that one. I'm gonna write that one down. Um, I'd come back as soon as I hit the ground. He'd be like, "Here, come here," and I'd be like, "What?" He'd be like, "I got this for you." And this was like after I've already died like 3 times. It would be hilarious. Anyway,
That was
there
part
were
of the fun.
this
I'm
game.
waiting on you in the
So
gulag and whatnot, and I'm hunting around like, okay, what can I do to get my teammate back to be prepared for him? Yo, bro, here's a 3 plate. Here's an extra gun with the large backpacks. Medium and large backpacks. You could store an extra gun. You could prepare, not just like what's the point of a teammate? Like it doesn't need to be the way it is now. Like it was meant to be slower.
what I'm trying to say is, so you would drop, you'd have 2 plates, you'd have 5 spots for your backpack, I believe. You would find a medium. I think it went to like 8, and then a large. I think you had like 12, if I remember correctly.
And you could store a third gun.
Yeah, and you could store a third gun with a large.
And medium and large. Medium and large.
Oh, really? I don't
Yeah,
remember that in a
yeah.
medium.
Yeah, medium for sure.
But I mean, there were so many different ways to play this game when it first came out, and a big problem that did plague that first season was the amount of like self revives you could store. But hey, fuck it, you had.
That wasn't
there were
a
games
huge
I had
thing.
fucking 3 self revives in my backpack,
Man,
man.
you'd have like 4 or 5 of them sometimes.
And
But I'm fine with that because that is a thing with battle royales in general, in my opinion. Is you die and you lose and it's over. All right, let me load in a new one. I'm kind of fine with there being a moderate amount of self revives because it's like, especially in that big of a map, you get hit from someone like he ain't gonna be able to get to you or something. Like why not? Just be able to self revive and get up. I'm okay with that.
and
I'm okay with that.
the amount of like extra stuff you could store, like so let's say you're playing tactfully. So imagine me and Shrew here. We're fucking playing tactfully. So we're third circle. He's got a medium. I somehow found a large backpack. We both got 3 plates, okay? So I got durable fucking gas masks. I'm stowing 2 flashbangs in this large backpack. I got claymores in this backpack. I have
Maybe a kill
grenades in
streak
this
or
backpack.
2.
Because if
A
you
muni
remember,
box, an armor box.
if you remember in that first iteration, if you had 2 semtexes and 2 grenades in a large backpack, and then 2 more grenades and 2 more semtexes, you could just spam them. You could just throw, and
when
throw,
it would
and
empty,
they would
it would just
it
load
would
in
just
the next
refill
one.
in.
Yeah,
And it was
Yeah,
such a
yeah.
tactful way. Now, compared to how it is now, you only have what? I think it's 6 slots. 1, 2, 3, 4. It might be maybe 5.
It might be 5 or 6.
5 or
yeah.
6. Now you're storing 6 plates at least.
You're
2
going to
are
use
gone.
half of your storage is guaranteed to be
2 are gone.
plates. At minimum, 2 are gone.
Maybe 1 extra tactical in there, and then 2 kill streaks if you want them.
Yeah,
Literally, the game is
it's-
so fast nowadays. There isn't even a point to even have the backpack system. At that point, there should just be more of an interface at the bottom for stuff to carry, or like those perks like extra tacticals or stuff. Like the backpack system is literally useless.
non-existent.
It's
It's
in
yeah,
Warzone.
it's
I should say we're not talking about DMZ.
Correct.
We were talking
Correct.
about
But the way
Warzone
DMZ
2.0.
is how Warzone was, and the way that that management of your resources worked was really, really well done. And if you also remember, in those first couple of seasons, loadouts weren't even that important. Like getting your loadout, like
Yeah,
it
that's
what it would drop like a few of them across the entire map for
no. In that
anyone to
first
try and
season, it
get.
was one.
Yeah,
No, in
across
that first
and it would
iteration,
just be
it was just one loadout box.
yeah.
That was
And
it.
for the whole map,
Yeah,
to try and get to.
yeah.
Or I think you could still go to the buy station and buy your own, but it's different from the map.
No, you couldn't buy loadouts in the beginning.
You couldn't?
That's the other
I couldn't remember.
hashtag.
I couldn't remember that.
There's a hashtag. That's my second hash
Loadouts.
mark. That was one of the very first things they complained about in that game. The influencers,
Loadouts.
why we cannot buy our loadout, which I
Yeah.
do understand. So I'll take
I'm fine
half
with
of it.
buying.
I'll take
Yeah,
half of its hash
I'll
marks.
buy. I'm
So
fine
we're
with
one and a
buying.
half. One good. Buying a loadout. Listen, I'm gonna go on a rant here.
Okay.
Yes, it is Call of Duty. We are meant to have our loadouts. We are meant to have our perks. I do agree with that. There was a state of the game in the middle, like Season 3, Season 4, where like it was nice having your loadout. But that first iteration of Warzone, as we've been saying how tactful it was, like you drop down, it was boots on ground. It was it was honestly the most realistic Call of Duty you could play.
I agree.
Like if you ran into somebody, they were holding the gun off the ground.
Yeah,
They,
honestly,
the game
you were
was
going there.
so
I
balanced.
wanted to say
Like-
that
like
it really
today,
was. You
like-
have to use the meta, or you're fucked.
No.
Meta, or you're fucked.
Right now, if you hop into Al Mazrah, if there was duos, we'll get to playlists in a second.
Yeah.
If there were duos, me and you hopped into duos, if we don't get our fucking loadout within the first fucking 5 minutes of the game, we're fucked.
You're fucked.
That's the first 5 minutes of the game is get your loadout.
Yes.
Find cash, buy your loadout.
Versus it used to just be drop into the map and play.
Yeah. Fun, having fun. Real fun.
Now, yeah. Like things could happen. So I remember that first season, especially. I'm glad you brought that up because you have to level up your guns. I remember by the time that like I even cared about the tuning and learned what the tuning system was for having those I had basically everything leveled up because in Warzone you could just pick up basically any gun at the beginning there and probably find some decent success with it.
I believe
That's what I did.
Well,
and then they tried
I honestly think it was like that because Warzone is free. I think that was a lot for people who didn't pay for it,
Sure.
And so they
like,
could eventually actually make a
imagine
class in there, you know what I
being
mean?
a new player right now. Imagine being a new player right now.
If you hopped into Modern Warfare 2 right now, you don't even know
You're
what the hell we're
fucked.
talking about.
You're fucked.
It's not even that. Like literally, if you just hopped into Warzone, solo Al Mazrah right now, you just downloaded Warzone to see what the fuck we're talking about. Anything we talk about today, it's not in there.
Yeah,
it's
pretty much.
completely gone.
Pretty much. I agree with that.
Which is going to go back to the overarching point of what I said when we first started this conversation on why Warzone should be a pay game. Because if we all paid $60 for that, I would have been happy. I wouldn't have been mad. But I can't. I guess I can't.
The problem is if I paid money and it still went the same way and turned into the
I'd be
game it is
pissed.
now, then I
I'd
would
be
be
pissed.
pissed.
I'd
If
be
it
so
stayed
pissed.
relatively the way it was, at least those core aspects that we're talking about, I'd probably be okay. I would personally be okay with slide canceling coming back if I still could have a medium large backpack and a 3-plate.
If it was the same game, I wouldn't mind slide canceling because slide canceling was in Modern
That's what I'm
Warfare
saying.
2019.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it should be as strong as it was in 19 from what I've seen, but
Well, they
anyway.
also had one shots in that too, but
One shots are fine. I was fine with them adding one shots. That makes sense. If you
We'll
get
get
hit
there.
by a sniper in the head, you should
get
go
there.
down.
we'll get there. Let's try to rapid through some of these the metas in the game that when it first came out. This was an issue. The RPK when it first came out.
RPK.
The Fennec
That thing
and the
yeah.
Vel. I believe those were the first three real metas in that game.
Mostly, yeah. So
But
I
it was
remember
pretty much the
the
RPK.
most in the Fennec, yeah.
That thing was a fucking
It would
dart.
melt you from anywhere. Yeah, it would melt you. It would just melt you
The
from
amount
like
of times I've seen
anywhere.
gold RPKs on a mountain when that game first
Oh
came
my
out. That
God.
fucking scope.
Oh my god. Yeah.
just like I'm like
Yeah.
running across like oil and shit, like with that big orange thing, and they're in cave, just
Yeah. Yeah.
darting you down, man.
Yep. Yep.
Oh
Yep.
man, that shit was
Yep.
crazy.
But while
And
that was
metas always
annoying,
change. I mean, compared to how the game was compared to where it was now. I mean, the metas have changed every single fucking
for
season. So
sure,
I mean, like guns always come, they go, they tune, they balance.
that's
I'm
always
not
been a part of Call of Duty.
really not an issue with that in Warzone. We always knew that would happen. What were you about to say?
I don't know, nothing in particular.
All right,
But
so the gulag.
Jailer,
Jailer?
you would go for Jailer?
Jailer?
Let's kill Jailer, dude.
Jailer?
Dude, okay,
Can we go for
okay.
Jailer?
I'm just gonna say it. The 2v2 Gulag, how that game started, was the best version of a Gulag I have ever
Dude,
played.
2v2 gulag was so fair.
It was
This
so
is
much
another
fun.
thing. So we're
It was.
now at
It could be
two and a
so
half
much
slashes,
fun too.
2.5 hash marks for what influencers destroyed from
Ruined.
Warzone.
Yeah, because that
The
2v2.
gulag.
Yes, I understand it would suck sometimes if you get like an AFK player or someone that really sucks or whatnot. But then, in my opinion, let's say you get a crappy teammate, right? That's your job to be a better player and carry both of you.
The worst part is the jailer
not,
the jailer kills are
use
still in
game
the
chat.
stats in the game, and it's not even in
I
the
know.
game anymore.
I know. Not only that, if you were on a game chat, yeah, you could try and it'd be like,
Yeah,
hey,
you
hey,
could play
everyone,
with
do you want to
them.
get Jailer? You would get
For
Jailer,
sure.
and we would be like, yeah. Sometimes they would be assholes and kill you anyway while you're trying to focus on Jailer. Sometimes you would do it to them. Sometimes everyone would just agree to kill the fucking
All's
Jailer.
fair. All's fair.
It's all's fair. All's fair.
That's
And it
all's
just
fair.
worked. It was so much fun clutching out a 1v2 or, your teammates over there, you're over here. Jailer just come back and he's like chasing one of you around.
Or
It
you
was
both actually do it, you know what I mean? Like both of you, or even in this case is like you
Yeah.
both die and me and you would be in there and we would just clutch it out, you know what I mean? And we both
Yeah.
be coming back, dude.
Yeah.
And like you're literally 10 minutes into the game and you're still on fucking circle 2 and you still have time to drop down 5 3 plates.
Mhm.
Like, dude,
Mhm.
the way the gulag was set up was it was set up to be fair. It was set up when this game first came out or before it came out last year. They said we're aiming to make a game that like all the streamers aren't going to be killing everybody like they were in Modern Warfare 2019.
Yeah.
They made that game and they decided to turn it right back in to what it was because all the streamers decided to complain. I'm giving that a hash mark. We are now at 3.5 hash marks.
Fuck them.
Okay? Yeah, fuck them. Fuck you for ruining
Honestly.
my favorite game.
Honestly,
My favorite
it's a
game.
shame. It's a fucking shame with that.
I hope I ruin your favorite game one day.
That gulag was really good, and now that's what I mean by the high skill. It's if the high skill is gonna most likely probably beat the low skill, especially in a one-on-one, unless sometimes you can get lucky, a grenade throw, or just you find someone they're not looking your way or something like that. But the 2v2 honestly was really fun. It was like a mini gunfight within Warzone. And you had 2 plates on. Didn't matter if if you died with a 3 plate, you went in there because you could find a 3 plate in the gulag. Remember?
Yeah, you
And
could.
then if you found it,
You can
would
find
come
cash
back
in there
and you
too.
won.
You can find cash. You can find a 3
You would
plate.
you would come back and you
with
would
a
already
3 plate.
have the 3
That was
plate.
the whole point, too, was
Yeah.
to find that 3 plate.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if I
Re-prepare
remember
yourself.
correctly, if you killed a jailer, you got a 3 plate too.
And
I might be
don't
wrong
remember
about that. I'm not really
that.
sure.
I
It's
don't
been a
remember.
fucking minute
I don't,
since
I
we got
don't,
to play that game.
I don't think, but that was 4 seasons ago, 4.5 seasons ago.
I skipped over
Sadly.
this when we were going over backpacks, but when you killed somebody, you
Yeah.
had to you
You had to
wanted
search.
to loot. You wanted to loot
You had
their
to go
body.
actually
You
look
had to-
in their backpack.
You had to look in their fucking.
Yeah, and pick up
And
what
if
you
they
wanted
had a
and
large
things like that.
backpack, they had all sorts of shit.
Right.
All sorts of shit. Like people would complain, "Oh, could you imagine? Like people are sitting around carrying 5 self revives. They got 3
Yeah.
UAVs. Imagine being
Kill
me
'em.
and True here, killing them,
Right.
walking up and,
And then- and
finding
that-
that. That's happening.
And that's some good shit. Yeah, and that'll set
And then
you
now
up.
you have great shit.
Yeah, and that would set you up going into the further rounds and whatnot. But that's the thing is I felt like it was very balanced, and the idea, like we've stated, and you said the developers themselves, they wanted a fair, cohesive, boots on the ground, as little BS as possible. And I think that other than ignoring like Call of Duty jank and like servers and shit like that, I felt the core of it was pretty fucking good. It was tactical. It was just it's smooth. We were all on a pretty even playing field. We all had to do the same shit. Now it's multiplayer with three plates on a bigger
It's
map.
glorified team deathmatch.
Yeah,
It's a glorified
exactly.
team deathmatch now. It's not a battle
Exactly.
royale. It's
Exactly.
like that game had a serious stand up to PUBG and Fortnite.
Yeah. Now
And
it's literally multiplayer.
it's not even in the same category as PUBG or Fortnite.
Nope.
It's
It's
any game
I
you
would
play
consider
now,
it an
battle royale,
expansion
you
of
have a chance to
multiplayer.
come back at least probably like twice. Because you're probably gonna find
Probably.
a redeploy pack if you're playing solo.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna come back and then you're gonna get a gulag.
Yep. And there's gulag entry kits, which I'm fine with the gulag entry
And
kits being
gulag
in the
entry
game.
kits
Those are
too.
fine. Those
Though
are
they were
fine,
in the
but
game when it first
that's
came out.
yeah,
Apparently they're
that's what I'm
super
saying.
rare.
I'm fine with them being there, but it's that's why I say it's a glorified, like you said, team deathmatch multiplayer now. It's not there's no tacticalness. There's no real benefit. Like you end up even if you try and play it tactfully, you're going to be in that final circle
Well,
pushed in with seven other teams in like
here's
10 minutes. And if you didn't get your loadout or your gun, meta gun, you're fucked.
here's something I want to say about what you said. Tactical, slow. Okay, so slide canceling. When was the last time anybody played Modern Warfare 209? There was no slide canceling there. Go back and play that game and tell
Nope.
me how
There was
slow you're fucking
there was
moving.
there
Do you
wasn't even
know
a
how
dolphin dive.
slow you move in Modern Warfare 2
Wasn't even a
2009?
dolphin dive.
You move so fucking slow in that game, it would piss you the fuck off. Compared, the walk in Modern Warfare 2 2022 is faster than the sprint in Modern Warfare 2 2009.
I believe that.
All right?
I'd buy that.
And everybody's like, oh, shut the fuck up. All right, let's move on. Next up, the circle. We kind of mentioned it a little bit of times, but the old circle.
It's just too fast now. It's too fast. They've done better. In that like season 3, I think it was, like man, if you final circle was in like 15 minutes. 16 minutes. They've definitely
Dude.
expanded it now to like into the 20 range now, but it's again it goes to prove the point that now they just want it to be this drop in, get kills, drop in, kill people. There's no exploration. There's no let me go loot over here. Let me go look here. It's oh, let me go kill him. Let me go kill him. Let me just go find the
The
next
only
guy.
thing, do you
They want
remember?
it quick.
Okay, so what I think it was 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes that it took for the gas to start moving.
Yeah, and then it was
You would
another like
drop.
4 or 5 minutes.
You would drop. The circle was huge, and
Yeah.
then the gas was not moving. And then it was
Yeah.
4.5 minutes, and then it started.
Yep.
In that first circle, the gas would move so fucking quick.
There would be
if
times
you
if
had
you
one
were
of those
too far out and
wonky
you weren't
ass
paying
circles,
attention.
and it was like half
you were
the fucking
yeah,
map, and
and
you
it
were
needed
over
to close
here,
in
and
quick. You were fucked.
you weren't paying attention.
You were
were
fucked.
fucked. You were so
You were fucked.
fucked. As
You were
long
fucked
as that
unless
game is too, like you
yeah.
were fucked. That gas was.
It definitely got us a few times.
Oh, it got us a
Unless
few
you had a
times.
car or a helicopter, you would be fucked. But that's my point. Is too, like you just said, before the gas would even moving, you would have a few minutes where you could land outside of the circle. You could have a few minutes, loot around, and then make your move to start getting towards the circle as it started to close in. Now with it moving so quick, it basically forces you to always land in the circle or right next to it. So there's no big, it's pushing everyone together, and then it moves so much quicker now, depletes so
There
much
was a
quicker.
real
Like it
reason to
starts,
rotate in the old game.
yeah,
A real fucking like rotating was such a power play in the
hmm
first iteration of Warzone because like
reposition, rotate and reposition.
the circle would be so huge in like circle 3
It would,
still, and
it
you
would,
still know you had another 10-15 minutes left to play, and there's still fucking
and
60 people left in the game, maybe even like 80. And
but it was still a big enough circle. Now it's like final circle. There'll still be like 40 people, and you're gonna just start seeing people drop like fives.
well, not even that. So now, yeah, if you're like in circle 3, dude, people are just falling down from the sky, landing on loadout crates. Fucking
Yeah,
we missed that with loadouts too, the way it is now. Because the way it is now compared to that one loadout box in season 2, they added the
like a
plane.
line. It would be like
They had the
three.
plane.
There
It'd
would
be
be like
three here, three
9.
here, three here.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then people
And
all
then they
knew those
turned into
spots. People were
personal.
camping those
Yeah,
spots. Then they
yeah. And
changed it
then
to
it turned into personal
personals.
loadouts, which I'm fine with the personals. I really
I
am.
missed. I
That one
missed.
didn't bother me too much.
Uh,
That one didn't bother me too much. Though, if that was a concession I had to make to bring back the other stuff of the first season,
I
I
like
would
that
still do that.
tacticalness, man.
So did I.
Like Circle 3, dude. Like people were still in the fucking gulag waiting, like just
Mhm.
waiting for a gulag, hoping they
Mhm.
could come back, hoping their teammate would buy him back, dude. Like you would look up at the top corner of like the like screen, you just see up, down, it's like 55,
Mm.
52, 55, 52, 55, 52, and jailbreak hasn't even come yet.
Yeah.
Because
I haven't seen a
jailbreak
jailbreak in a long time
jailbreak usually
either.
came in the 40s or 30s back then.
I haven't seen a jailbreak in a minute. In a
And
minute.
was jailbreak in the very first? Was jailbreak when it first came out?
I think so.
I can't remember if they added that in season 2 or not, or
I
season
think
1
that was an
reloaded.
original one.
Was it season 1 reloaded? It came out. I don't remember.
I couldn't tell you, man. It's been so long at this point. I forget on that.
What were we talking about? The circle. That's right. So positioning, like you'd be running, like the circle be so big, and you have like 3.5 minutes. Like you could look at the map, stop, hide in a bush,
Plan out where you
hide in
wanted
a
to go.
building, shut the fucking door, be like, okay, we're gonna go here. Let's go this way. There's probably people here. Now you're like, you have to think so fucking quick playing this goddamn game. You're almost fucking sweating.
Always.
Literally,
You're always.
like
That's all
you
they
can't
want.
you can't stop and take a fucking breath anymore in this game and think about how you want to
No.
win. It's motherfuckers snapping, fucking. Whether you're playing a fucking controller or a goddamn fucking.
The idea isn't to find a
mouse and
power
keyboard.
position or something like that. It's to literally run in there and just start chasing people down and hunt and fighting. Like there's
Yeah,
no
for sure. You know
there's
how many
no
times
go
we
to this
backed out of
area.
fights?
It's oh hey look there's people fighting. Let me go join. Yeah,
True
fight
here.
finishes.
He's very big at backing out
I
of
hear.
fights. Back in the day, you was always no. Let's not. No, I don't want to deal with confrontation.
Yeah,
I don't-
let's
and what's
fucking
funny
take
is
this. Let's
he didn't
roll
want to deal with
this. Like,
confrontation, but he would always come out on top most of the time. He would always have more kills than me. I've got more kills than him. Don't get me wrong. I've gone off before, and you know I have. I've saved your ass so many fucking
you
times.
have. You
But
have,
in those
but
early days, dude, you were
Team
always like,
wipe.
you would always be like, no, let's not go in. And then
decoy,
team wipe.
Operation Decoy.
Operation Decoy. That's what we did. We won a lot of games playing Operation Decoy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, this dude, like we would be like going up. We would be going up, and he would like, all right, there's people in here. He would run in right before me, and I would be like, okay, I'm coming. He would go down, but that would be enough.
Because I'm
where
shooting
they would,
two
like,
people. I thought he was behind me. I'm
yeah,
thinking he's
and then
right
I would
behind me.
come in
He's
later.
50
I would go through
yards
a different
behind me.
door.
I've already damaged both of them because I'm fucking spraying and praying, and they're shooting both of them. I'm in the gulag. I see team wipe. I've seen that happen.
He
to
would
me
go down,
so
and they
many
wouldn't
times.
be paying attention. And I would run in and just boom,
Operation-
boom, got him. And he would
Operation
go to the gulag. And
Decoy.
just team wipe.
Operation Decoy. Infinity Ward.
It
Why'd you
fucking
fuck
worked.
your game up?
Huh?
I was bitching it. I asked Infinity Ward why they fucked their game up.
Oh, Infinity.
You
Yeah,
fucked your
right.
game up, Infinity Ward. You know it. Okay, next thing. This kind of
goes
goes
or Activision, whoever we want to blame.
Raven. Yeah, I think it's Raven. Sorry. Everybody.
Raven, yeah, well, all of them. Even fucking Treyarch, throw them bitches in there too.
This kind of goes into the circle thing, but
Yeah.
when this game first came out, there was AI everywhere.
Oh yeah, strongholds.
There was
Strongholds weren't even
AI
available till like the
everywhere.
third circle.
Yes, that's what I was about to get into was strongholds.
They wouldn't
The
even.
way
That's right.
strongholds.
I didn't even think about the
There were
strongholds.
there were AI fucking everywhere, and you drop, you don't even know where a stronghold's at. All right.
Yeah, no
There's
one would
nothing
know.
on the map. Today, as soon as you see strongholds as soon as the plane's flying over. There's
Yeah,
three.
yeah.
There's 3 strongholds or 4 or 5 strongholds, and there's only 1 or 2
No,
white
Mazda,
boxes in
yeah.
them, and they're usually
Yeah.
only holding a fucking shotgun now. When
Yeah,
this game
and there's
first came
no
out-
AI. There's not even an AI in any of the strongholds.
Yeah,
Only the black site.
When this game first came out, there was AI guarding every fucking stronghold, and if you knew where the
Yep.
strongholds were, you could get there quick, but you'd have to fight the AI or other
Yeah.
players if they were there too. But strongholds
Yeah.
usually carried 3 white boxes. And they were
Yep.
fucking littered with loot. UAVs, fucking $2,500 in cash, fucking
Yeah.
5
It was
attachment
worth
guns.
going for him. It
fucking
was worth going
precision
for him.
airstrikes, everything, durables. Oh, they were so worth going for. And I'm gonna.
Yeah.
This is our 4.5 mark. Streamers that killed the AI in the game around the strongholds. But as we said before, no strongholds. So first circle's coming. First circle's coming. It's been probably 7 minutes in the game. The gas is finally moving. You're still in the very first circle. The gas
Enemy
hits the very
strongholds have been
the
located.
enemy strongholds have been located, and there's like four of them, and you're like, you've already
Yeah.
got a 3 plate. You
Yeah.
got a 3 attachment Vaznev. Fucking holding
Yeah.
some nades and shit.
And then it's like,
And then
okay,
from there, you're
do
like,
we want to go
do we
do
want to
we
go
want
to
to
a
go fight the
stronghold?
AI,
Do we go mid
try and
circle?
get
Do we play the
loot?
gas? Do we?
Yep.
There were
Yep.
so many different ways to play that game, man.
There
And
were.
they moved it down to just one way. There was 7 different ways you could play Warzone 2.0 when it first came out, and now there's only one way to play it.
Correct. Which is sweating like a motherfucker. That's all the game is. You got to be a sweat lord. No one else can have fun. No other way. Sweat lord. We're gonna bring a slide canceling. We're gonna run around, and if you don't know how to do it, you're fucked. Fuck you. Hope you're happy, streamers.
I think we're coming to the end of all the changes here. I got one shots.
One shots I'm fine with. I'm okay with one shots.
I understand why one shots weren't in the game to begin with, though, because it definitely gave you a
I
chance
un-
to
yeah,
survive.
I understand it, but I'm
Because I've gotten
ultimately
kills.
fine with it.
I got some snipes in that first
Oh,
iteration.
for sure.
You just
For sure,
you had
same.
to hit them twice.
Yeah, exactly. It's more of a cat and mouse, but I'm still fine with that.
It definitely
That
was
one
more of a
shot.
cat and mouse. But I'll give one shots definitely should be in there, at least to down for sure. Especially if you got a really high powered rifle. When the game first came out, it was 152 players. The circle was moving so slow. There was 152 of us. There was enough room to have
Mhm.
152 players on this map.
They bumped it down now because it moves so
And
quick.
now it's 100 because the damn circle goes so goddamn quick and everybody's pushed to the fucking middle. If you play a game of quads, fucking by the time you're on like circle 4, there's still like 80 people left. And like you could barely move. It's a rat fest. It's people just sitting in buildings now. And I mean, don't get me wrong, we've ratted before too. I mean, I've sat there over the fucking buy station in fucking Zarqua Electric
I've
many
been right there.
times with him
Been
right
right there.
behind me and me
Yep.
shooting every motherfucker who walked up to that buy station and heard on the damn proximity chat,
sometimes
oh
it
shit,
happens.
they're in the window. We've been there. We've been there.
We have been there. We've been there plenty of times, but that just is the pace of the match and what we end up doing. It wasn't like, oh, this is like one of the only ways to play the game.
You have anything else to add to how the game used to be compared to now? I think that's pretty much it.
Really, my last biggest thing, especially going forward with Modern Warfare 3 and whatever they're gonna be doing, is truly the movement, slide canceling, things like that. Now, as I said, I did
Well,
not
it's
play
rumored it's gonna be a
2019.
perk.
I guess that makes it a little bit better, but I'm gonna be honest and fair here and say that I did not play 2019 Modern Warfare. So sure, I don't have personal like firsthand experience of slide canceling doing it and what it's like to be killed by it and stuff like that. But I just have this feeling because, like I said, taking such a long break and coming back to it and the way it originally felt, that felt like classic, good old Call of Duty. With the slide canceling and movement, I understand the argument of you want there to be a skill gap. The idea is to get good and to do these things. But I also do understand, in my opinion, there is such thing as too much. Like it should still be the person that's got keyboard and mouse or controller with back pedals on it so they can jump and slide and do all these other things versus my default controller that I buy for that comes with your goddamn console, or you know what I mean. It's just unfair. It's, well, either you invest and you do all these things and you either become
Well,
one of them or you're gonna get beat by one of them.
the thing,
Which that's what I don't like. I like there to be a middle ground where it's like, yeah,
I think that
someone that's slide canceling around is probably gonna be better and have a better skill, but the person that's just tactfully playing the game and just hits their shots better, peeks their corners better, things like that could still have a chance. I
well,
just don't like it
the
being this
rumor
fast,
is the
back and
like
forth, back and forth, back and forth.
if in the next game what they're saying is like So if you want to have no footsteps, that's a boot perk.
Yeah, I remember hearing
So
it's
if
supposed
you
to be
want
like
to
a
be able
gear
to
system.
slide, cancel, aim down sights while sliding, that is a perk, but you'll have footsteps. I think the
Yeah,
next one they may balance it out really good. But I know a lot of the things we brought up today about this game, from everything to the three plates, to the
yeah,
backpacks, to
yeah.
the number of people, to the gulag, to the loadout system, and how it made everybody very, very fair and balanced, and not just a big sweat fest in what we would call a battle royale.
Yes.
It's not going to be what Warzone 2.0 was, a truly, truly, truly bottle
Amazing, fun
of
battle
lightning.
royale.
Lightning in a bottle is what it was, and they
It
opened
was
it.
really good. It was really good.
Some other things I want to complain about are the playlist updates, why we can't have duos on every single map, why we can't have
They,
solos on every single map, why we can't have trios
what
on every
the
single map,
actual
why
fuck
we can't have
is
quads on every
Fort
single map.
Resurgence? Quad
He was
Resurgence, but I can't even have
yeah,
a
people are
fucking duos outside of
dick riders to
Vondel?
Resurgence.
It's fucking stupid. I'm fine
Literally.
with Resurgence as a mode. I really am. But there is zero explainable reason to me, in my opinion, and I do not believe it's like a coding thing, a server thing, anything like that, as to why you couldn't just have each map, each mode, fucking solos, duos, trios, quads. So what if the mode's unpopulated? No one wants to play it. Whatever.
Then
Your servers are still online.
86 fucking lobby, 86 person
That
lobby that
at
we could
least I got
still
80,
win.
at least 86 people are there that I can play with, and
And
I'm
I
not forced to go
guarantee
do this
if
other
they
shit.
added duos back to Al Mazrah tonight,
It would
we'd
be a
have
full map.
152
It'd
people.
be it would be a full map.
152
It'd be a
people.
full map, without a doubt, without a doubt. But no, you can. No, we gotta funnel people into certain things, and we're gonna take away these things, and not. It's stupid. Like what?
What the fuck is Fort
Especially,
Resurgence?
especially
What
fucking
is Fort
duos.
Resurgence?
It's literally Albagra Fortress as just a resurgence
And
map.
that's the
It's
other thing is
stupid. It's stupid.
so many people like me and you loved that game, and they throw us in Vondel, and like it's not that Vondel is a bad map. It's just it's not Al Mazrah. All right.
No,
If
and
I could play duo Al Mazrah whenever I wanted, I guarantee I'd like Vondel 90 times better.
I probably would too, because it would be a map to like change
Because
the pace
I'm not
and to
fucking
be a
being
different play
forced to
style.
play fucking Vondel every single fucking day. And Al Mazrah,
Buildings
just
and
in case,
water.
you might be wondering, you might be saying, well, why can you play Al Mazrah so many fucking times? Well, Al Mazrah is fucking huge, dude. Do you know how
Huge.
long it takes to even experience that map?
A fat fucking
At
minute.
least a month.
A fat fucking minute.
You gotta play it every night of your life for at least a month to see that whole map.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty fair to say. Yeah, I would agree.
Like, do you
I would agree.
remember I showed you that cave like 3 months ago, and you were like,
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I've ever
You were
seen
like-
this.
you were like, this has been here the whole time?
I had no idea.
I
But that was
remember
the beauty
TV
of it.
building.
That was the beauty of
in
it.
Al Mazrah City, the TV tower.
Yeah.
That room up there. I remember I didn't go in that room till like 3 months after the game came out. And I remember
Yeah.
when I went in there for the first time, I was like, what the fuck? You can
Yeah,
get up
like,
here? I
right,
had no
right.
idea.
But that's the thing about Al Mazrah too, is it's such a big map that you could have those different you can have wide open gunfights in the middle of the desert. There was a city, you could have like the building city aspect. You could have all different fights. Vondel is just Sweat Lord drop on top of a building or in the water
Or
and
rat.
go
No,
start
it's
fighting people.
Sweat slash rat. Sweat
Yeah.
slash rat.
Yeah. There's zero tactfulness
Because
in Vondel.
Shrew here,
Zero.
Shrew hates standing still.
I do.
He
I'm a
cannot-
twitchy.
He cannot sit
twitchy.
still for the life of him. The amount of time, oh my god, if we're literally like being bombed and like literally, I remember one time we were in the water in Vondel by the castle and you got us killed because you kept fucking moving. Literally, I'm sitting there still as a fucking mouse, not moving because I know no sounds being made. This mouse, whoosh, 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 whoosh. I said, Shrew, stop fucking moving. They hear you swimming. And literally, like 30 seconds later, dude, just fucking dropped us both in the water.
Well, you know, that's just my play style, okay?
We'll be like in a room.
My play style.
With like 4 motherfuckers will be chasing us into a room. they don't see what room we're in, and I'll be like prone, not moving, just aiming at one door. There'll be one door in the fucking room, no windows. And Drew's over here, crouch, prone, up, down, fucking walking back, looking at me, looking here, hit me one time, fucking turn around, look, and I'm just standing still.
Do you remember when I think we were in a stronghold building once and we were in the top floor and there was only one stairwell to get up there. And we had already been arguing about me not like sitting still or whatnot, and we were just camping it out. And and I just look at you and I start fucking like hitting you or something. You're like, dude, knock it off. And I'm like laughing, just dicking around. And you're like trying to seriously watch this door. And I start fucking with you. And then the second I start fucking with you, someone comes up and we managed to kill him. But I just remember being like, okay, yeah, you're right. I need to stop.
I do remember that. I do remember that. Yeah.
Like you were bitching at
I
me,
do
and the
remember
second that I start, I'm like, I got it. I'm gonna be still, and I'm still for a minute, and then I just look at you and start fucking with you. And the second I start fucking with you, that's when someone comes up. I'm like, okay, yeah. That proves your point. I got you. But that's just how I play the game, man. I just I don't know. Sometimes when I'm just sitting there, I'm like, man, I want more information. I want to see where are they? Where am I?
Do
Like,
you remember in season 4 when you couldn't talk to anybody through the voice chat?
because it was just broken.
Uh, can't, can't you?
Yeah. And even in the menus,
Can't you,
the menus.
me?
But I, you,
You're like parachuting down in the opening match.
yeah.
Can you hit me? You'd hear somebody over prox chat go, "Is everybody's mics up?"
Right. Or someone would message in the lobby like lag?
It's no secret that the servers of this game are completely retarded.
Especially on PlayStation, man. I don't know. Sometimes
out,
I get like the game when it first came out. I mean, it would crash a
lot.
lot. It would crash a lot. It would crash a lot, but the game itself, I never really had much lag. I didn't get those packet bursts, latency variations. It took a long time. Eventually, the crashes stopped, but it turned into just lag.
So much. I still think it was some damn fucking powers
you did.
they added to the game.
You did.
I crashed all the time when that first came out.
Them 10 V powers. Yeah, I do remember that.
Do you think because it was... I was talking to somebody the other day. Do you think maybe like the issue of like all of it is the storefront? Like let's say they they got rid of the whole storefront of it, like the whole store tab. There's not something live always running in the background, just the actual multiplayer server itself. Do you think things would run smoother?
Possibly.
Possibly. I'm not a game developer. I don't know how to make video games.
Possibly the only reason I would disagree is the fact that always works, but yet your game doesn't always work.
Exactly.
So that sounds like a level of just like effort. I guess is like just if they wanted to, they could make better dedicated servers and fix some of these lag issues, but they don't.
Speaking of the store, I probably spent 90 to $110 in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022. This motherfucker
I have not spent a single dollar.
Has gotten every battle pass except the first two.
The first like three.
The first three without spending. He's had the last 2 battle passes without spending a single dollar.
Nope. I have not. I bought the game, the $70 to get the multiplayer and stuff like that. But outside of that, I have not spent a single dollar in microtransactions. I was running around with a default guy and default guns. I would tune my own shit.
The coolest default guys,
Huh?
You had one of the cooler default guys though.
I did. What was it? Grosco, my ghillie guy.
All right, so we pretty much said everything we could possibly say about how the game was ruined, and we've come to 4.5 reasons influencers have destroyed this game out of, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 reasons we brought up. 4.5. 4.5. The people who are very, 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 very influential in the gaming space of Call of Duty and that people watch on things like Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and or Twitter, I guess we should call it X, have changed the game for them.
to wrap it up for me, it's just it's unfortunate because that game really, really, really was
Well,
fun.
that's another
It
thing I
gave
want
you
to say is
options.
we are praising
It's
the game that came out.
I
We are
agreed.
praising
Warzone
the
2.0
game.
was a great fucking
Listen,
game.
Raven, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer, Activision, whoever like made Warzone 2.0. We are telling you the game you made was great. And it's a damn shame that you got rid of it. And I miss it tremendously. And I wish and hope that one day I can play it again.
I echo that sentiment full heartedly through and through. It's unfortunate, especially even something as simple as the fact, just going back to the playlist, the fact that like there has definitely been times right now I'm fine with like I'm taking a break. I know you are too, but maybe not at this exact moment. But this past like what month and a half, 2 months since like mid July, late July is probably around when like we both kind of were like, all right,
It was when
like
they started
this
force
just
feeding us
isn't.
Vondel.
Yeah, exactly. If they just kept Al Mazrah duos, I probably still at least would be consistently
Okay,
every
I
few
have
days
something to say.
playing it.
I have
You
something to
know what I
say.
mean?
Something to force feeding Vondel. Okay, Vondel is a very, very small map. I don't care what they say about it being medium. It's a very, very small map. If you play Vondel, let's say 5 matches, you will probably end up damn near everywhere on that map. Okay, you could
Yes.
play 7 matches of original Warzone 2.0 and literally not even see
Not even
half
seeing
the
half
map.
of it. Yeah,
You could
not
there's
even
been
half of it.
nights like me and him have
Agreed.
sat there, played for hours, and been like, we haven't even been
We
over
haven't
there
even
tonight.
been over there.
We
Yeah.
we won't
Yeah,
even know what this side of the map is right now. We have just been dropping in the
exactly.
city the whole time.
Exactly.
The whole
And
time.
never has to venture out from there.
It was excellent game design, and this is the last thing I actually want to bring up and talk to you about is about our love of that map, Al Mazrah,
I love Al
and
Mazrah.
how it may be the single-handedly greatest video game map to be ever created.
I would argue that without a doubt.
I
In
I know
terms of just a complete map,
between
a
PUBG,
complete
Fortnite, even Apex, I don't
anything.
think
Yeah,
anything holds up to Al Mazrah.
I would agree. Now I'm gonna defer to you a little bit because I haven't played. I've played a little bit of PUBG since uh, I got into battle royales with Warzone 2 being the first one.
Verdansk was cool
Um,
too. He never played Verdansk either, so
no, I
you
never played the
definitely missed
first
that.
Warzone. I never played the first Warzone, but that map Al Mazrah is it was a great map. It really was, and it's a shame that they've constricted it, lowered it, and just that's what I'm saying. If it was just some duos, number one, just 150 players and a little bit slower, I would still probably deal with a lot of the other things that I'm not a fan of and be like, well, I missed 3 plates, but at least I'm still having fun playing on Mile Mazra with my best friend. You know what I mean? I would
Right.
probably at least like sure, maybe we would be playing every night for 6 hours like we were, but every few
It was
days we're like,
cold
you know,
out
man,
too. I bet if it,
you want to just
I bet if they came out with Warzone 3 and it was the same thing, as soon as it starts fucking snowing, we're gonna do the same shit.
probably
It's gonna be the same exact
assuming
shit.
it's not worse. Yeah,
Assuming it's
assuming they
not
haven't
worse.
fucked it up, even more. But
I'm gonna give it a chance, though. I'll tell you that. Al Mazrah,
I most likely will too.
there were so many points of interest in Al Mazrah from the Oasis all the way to airport, and there's so much more to experience in that game.
Cemetery to fucking Sawa,
If
Adkar,
this is
Akdar, I guess I should
it's a
say is
little
technically
memoir,
correct.
I guess, for us and other people. If you ever watch this, too, especially if they Verdansk the whole damn thing and they get rid of it. The beauty of
That would
what
be a shame.
that map was, and I'll never forget it. It truly, honestly holds some of the most highlights of the past 8 months of my life, for sure. Some of the
Agreed.
funniest moments I've ever had in my life. So, okay, we got to tell this story. We're playing. This is like early too when the game first came out, like season
Yeah, this
two.
is like season 2,
There's
maybe.
there's still Americans playing using prox chat,
Yeah,
and we're just running around in duos on
we were
Mazrah.
in Adkar.
I was a little sick, and I'm like, I'm trying to like clear my throat. I'm like, and this random guy, he just goes, so I go,
And then
Shrew
by
over
this
here.
point, I'm joining in. We
He's
all kind
going.
of start doing the of like
And this
clearing our
was
throat.
like a
And
good
this,
five
or dude,
minutes of just
yeah, we were just making different noises, all three of us, this random dude. And then there was a
until
point after a few minutes where we just all just start
started
dying
cracking
laughing.
up, and it
Like,
was
like
funny
that
as shit.
shit
We
was
killed that guy
fucking
too. I'm
gold.
pretty sure.
I think we
I'm pretty
did,
sure we
yeah.
killed that guy. Do you remember the
We did
kid that
find
gave
him.
me all his money? I told him I'd let him live.
And then
And then
you
I
fucking
killed him, and you were
annihilated
like,
him,
"Why'd you
yeah.
do that, Nick?" And I was like, "I don't know, I had to, man."
You remember those kids that fucked us up? We came back
Oh
and they fucked
yeah,
us
I
up
do
again.
remember that. I don't want to think about that. Fuck that. That was our worst night. That
That
was
was a
our
bad one.
worst
That
night.
was a bad one. That was a bad one for sure. Oh my goodness. It's a shame. It's a shame because as you can see, when we're talking about our fond memories here and whatnot, this game was really good. And it was really just a lot of good fucking fun. And it's a shame that they got rid of some of that fun and they've made it just this streamer sweat lord fest because you're leaving out a lot of people that just enjoyed it. And it's a shame. I would love to wake up tomorrow and just hop into that January 17th version of Warzone 2.
I agree.
Play some duos al Mazra. Hey man, I gotta find a 3 plate. You got 3 plate? Fuck, let's go get it. Yeah, I could use a large backpack and we just fucking start hunting around. It's a shame. It's a damn shame.
I think we went over everything, man. I
I would think so too. I think so too. It was quite a productive thing. I'm sure over the next, coming days and whatnot, there's going to be times where I'm going to be thinking about this and I'm going to be like, next episode, I got to just slide this in because I forgot about this. But we'll update you on our Call of Duty adventure. But we had to get this out there. We had to push back a little bit
we are
on
gonna
some of
start
these.
streaming too.
Yeah, which we'll get that set up
We're
and we'll
we're
let you
getting
all
we're
know
getting very
where to
very
where to
close
find
to
us.
getting that set up to where you
Yeah.
can hear him, you can hear me.
Believe it or not, I don't know if anyone that listens to this would understand if you haven't actually tried it before, but getting everything to work in terms of the equipment, the audio, streams and everything, it's not just like, oh, let me just plug in a capture card and everything works. Like, nah, there's a lot more to it for sure. So, give us some time, but we needed to get this out there, start the podcast, let y'all know, and be some official fucking pushback on this mind worm that is fucking streamers
That is
on Call of
Call of
Duty.
Duty and people telling, like, I want my way. Well, me and True are here to tell you we want our way.
This is what, yeah. And you
All
know
right,
what?
this
If
is
you like
war.
it and you agree, leave us a
We
thumbs up, a comment,
were going to
subscribe.
let you know.
Let's push back. Let's push back. Let's push back.
Um,
Silent majority rise.
is that it? We good?
Hey man, I'm pretty content with our conversation today. So
So am I. Well, I'm Nick.
I'm Corey.
Uh, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope we made you laugh.
At least some entertaining content. That's what we're here for, just to talk about our things, talk about what we enjoy, what we love.
I'm not gonna ask you to turn on like a notification bell or anything, or even fucking like subscribe, but keep us I'm sure if you listen to the whole
I
fucking
will. Give us
thing,
a like, comment, subscribe. Why
if
not?
you
You got
listen
to
to the
start
whole
somewhere.
fucking thing, like
We
I'm sure
appreciate
will
it. If
appear
you
in your
made it this
algorithm.
far,
I'm
yeah,
sure they'll appear. I'll appear if we make another one of these. But
and I want to say this. I want to say this. If you have made it this far and listened to us watch, really, it's episode 1. Appreciate it. Thank you. Stay tuned. We're trying to make this good. Stay with us in the beginning
for
here.
sure,
It
for
will
sure.
turn into something
Oh,
really
other
good.
thing is,
Thank
this
you.
isn't
Thank you.
just focused on video games either. Like we will
No,
talk
we're gonna
about
talk
other
about anything.
stuff. We
Anything. It's
had
just Call
something
of Duty stuff that
serious to fucking talk
we
about
had
with
to
you
get
guys.
that off
All
of our
right,
off of our chest here.
it feels good too. I feel better.
It does.
I
do too.
feel.
I do too.
I
I do
feel
too.
it. Anyway,
It feels great. It feels great to actually get that out. So
yeah,
hell
like
yeah.
he said, comment, like, subscribe. Tell us what you feel about COD.
We appreciate it.
If you
We
want to hear us
appreciate it.
talk about anything, if you want to hear him sing, let me know. I'll make him sing.
Open to ideas. Just give me a
He
good
loves
song.
the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, and that national anthem really gets me going. I do a pretty good version. A little bit better than Fergie, but
A little bit better. I'm gonna sign out now. All right.